What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining us once again on the Dstar01 channel. I'm your host, Dexter Arafiles, and thank you for joining me for the very first Q&A unboxing session. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to finally catch up on all the toys that have just been like sitting here on my wall. So instead of doing like one review per video, I guess, I'm going to do one question per unboxing. And just basically make this a really chill video where I'm just answering your questions that you put in the comments, and you know, just going through the figures and telling you how I feel about them. So that's pretty much it. Very chill video. I'm gonna give you my opinions on all these figures. So I have 6 questions here that I found in my comments, and I'm just gonna go over them. So if you're looking to pick awesome action figures up, don't forget to go to www.dstar01toys.com, your reliable source for awesome action figures. And last but not least, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're always in the know when I post new videos like this one. And also down in the comments down below, if you want, I'm going to do another one of these because I have a ton of figures that I need to unbox. So go ahead and put all your questions down there. So I'm going to just put these aside, and we're going to start with a figure that's kind of just been sitting on my shelf here, and I've wanted to open him for quite some time. And this is Batman, the Mafex Batman Night Crusader. But first things first, let's go through the first question of the day. This is by a user named Pofofish. He asked the question, my SH figure at Zamasu's leg are super tight, like I can't move them to the sides at all. What do I do? So, very simple. There's two methods for whenever you have a brand new action figure, and that includes action figures like this one, a Marvel Legends. And everyone knows Marvel Legends, usually when they come out of the box, are really tight. So there's 2 methods to solve it. One, you can go to my website and buy silicone oil. A small bottle will loosen up, who knows, maybe 10, 20 figures. Or you can do something called the boiling method. So let's look at this Batman, Night Crusader Batman here at the front cam. Looks really cool. This is based off the Nightfall Batman, one of my favorite comics back in the early 90s when Bane broke the bat. This looks really cool. Really love the blue and everything like that. This is a much thinner, slimmer Batman. If you were thinking this is going to be similar to the Mafex Batman, like the black one from and the blue one from Hush, no, this is definitely a thinner, slimmer body. Anyway, back to the question. Get some water, boil it up, or put it in the microwave. 3 minutes should be more than enough. And basically dip your figure in it. Keep it in there. Now you're like, how long should I keep it in there? You don't want to cook your figure. Keep it in there for like 10, 20 seconds. And then that should pretty much soften the plastic to the point where it's malleable. It's like almost like a hardened Play-Doh. And therefore, it can move around much easier. So when you start playing with it when it's hot, it won't squeak, and this is a new figure, so you're going to hear it squeak. See? So this Batman here, let me just put it to the mic here. So it squeaks a lot. Using oil, heating it, or heating up your action figure will definitely solve your Zamasu's super tight legs. Anyway, back to this figure unboxing. Look, this is pretty cool. I love this Batman. No issues here. Mafex always does a good job. I don't think they make this one anymore. I got this a while back, so yeah. He comes with a bunch of cool accessories. He does come with an extra cape, to my surprise. Why do we have an extra cape? Actually, let's look at the box here. Okay, so it's just to drape over. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, and also you don't get these spikes. I don't know why they designed this Batman to have spikes like this. I think it looks cool, but at the same time it's a little bit weird. So if you want something more flat, this is definitely the cape for you. I like the way this looks because it's very comic book accurate. So yeah, very cool. We do get a mouth mouth breathing device in his mouth, or sorry, underwater breathing device for in his mouth for when he, I believe the bridge of Gotham gets destroyed and there's a bunch of water, so he has to swim through it, and that's how he looks like. Looking really cool. We get an assortment of hands, and of course we get an angry Batman head. Pretty cool right here. Very, very angry. And we get a grappling hook. Ooh, and this is a wire. Ooh, look at that, guys. A wire. This is not just some string, so you can use it for posing and stuff like that. That's pretty neat. Of course, we get a stand and everything like that. So this is Mafex Crusader, Night Crusader Batman from the Nightfall series of Batman comics. Next figure up is no other than Bane. Yes, Batman, I broke you. Anyway, this is a pretty cool figure. This guy sold out on our store almost like in 2 days. I had a case of him, and he sold out pretty fast. This is easily one of the best Bane, comic book accurate Nightfall Batman Banes that I've seen. Way better than what Mattel made and McFarlane, so I definitely love this one. I already opened it because I couldn't wait to open mine. But anyway, let's go to the question. This one's from, if I can say your name correctly, William Zimhumoboyjed 5131. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. My apologies. He said, found at Target today while searching for the lowest born Saiyan Goku, but I didn't pick it up. Wasn't sure if he's worth it. He's talking about the Kaioken exclusive SH figure. It's Goku. He saw it. Right now, that figure is getting a re-release at Target, Walmart here in the United States. It's basically a really red Goku. Actually, do I even have it on the table here? No, I don't. He's probably in storage somewhere. But yeah, I'd say get it. He's $34.99, I think. Or maybe the price increased due to tariffs. Maybe he's $39.99 right now. So yeah, I'd say Mr. William to get that at Target. So that is a solid deal. And if you do find Lowest Born Saiyan, which I haven't found in my town, I only found 2, and that was it. I would say get that one too. Anyway, let's talk about Bane here. And so, yes, it's a very cool looking action figure. Easily one of the best looking Banes I've ever seen. Very cool. Very heavy. Very large. Love this figure. Looks really solid. Lots of articulation. Really, really worth it in my opinion. I will break you, butt. So, here you go. Let's do a quick comparison. And so, here's these two. And I guess we can have him lift the Batman like this. And bam, break his back. So, yeah, it looks really cool. No issues here. Gotta say, he's one of the best, and he does have, like, removable faceplate. He has bigger eyes, so when he gets high on the venom, gets bigger eyes. And, of course, we get assortment of hands and the stand. So, that is Mafex Bane from Batman Nightfall. Large figure, really cool. Alright, moving on. One of my favorite animes this year was Dan-da-da-dan-da-da-dan-da-da. And this is Okarun, the transformed version from Dan-da-dan. I can't wait for the next season to come out. This is really nice. I didn't get a chance to pick this up at my store. This figure sold out really, really quick from Bandai because the anime is really, really popular. Let's go to the question. This one's from The Darkest Night 2009. We got a Dexter video before GTA 6. All jokes aside, I'm glad you are back. Let's talk about that. That's not really a question. It's just something I really wanted to bring up. The one thing I really wanted to bring up is why I haven't really been making videos lately. And one of the main reasons why is because I've been so busy. So my son turned 4 this year. This is really cool, by the way. Okarun looks really, really awesome. Again, one of my favorite animes. Yeah, my son turned 4. He's a handful. He's a handful for Janelle and I. and he's taken up a lot of our time. And also the big one is I am a sales rep for a company. I no longer just do YouTube in the toy store anymore. I actually have other people run it now. If you try to contact customer service, I have someone covering that. It's no longer me. If you guys have noticed, for those who have emailed customer service for Dstar Toys, so yeah, it has been really busy for me. So yeah, making videos is kind of taken a sidestep. And if you're wondering, well, everyone thinks that everyone on YouTube just makes a bunch of money. Yes and no. Sponsorships help in making that money. As you notice, I don't have any sponsors. I just sponsor myself with Dstar01 And let me tell you, ever since I started making joints, it has pretty much been my bread and butter at Dstar Toys. People have broken so many toys, and I try my best to fix them with 3D printed parts. The number one thing that sells in my store is not action figures. Surprisingly, it is Mafex Spider-Man wrist joints. I am constantly making those, and to keep up with the quality, and I have to go through all of them myself. I don't have someone else do it. I do it. I do all the designing. I do all the printing. I have to go through each one of those joints, and they're very hard to put together, by the way. It takes a lot of time, so that takes up a ton of my time. Instead of doing videos, I'm just making joints over and over and over. The Deku wrist joints also kind of just exploded. Apparently, everyone's breaking that figure. So I'm selling out like 50 sets every month. That's no joke. 50 to 100 sets, if not more. It's kind of crazy that just became what I didn't expect it to happen. I just thought I'd be selling toys and doing toy reviews all day. But now I'm designing joints. I'm commissioning joints too. So a lot of people ask me, hey, I got this old toy or this rare toy that has a broken joint, and I will take in that toy, I will 3D scan it and try to recreate that joint. So I've definitely improved in the 3D scanning, 3D creation, everything like that. So I've been doing a lot of that. That takes a ton of time, by the way, guys. A lot of people think that it just takes a few seconds. Ooh, just make a few joints, just put a little pieces and triangles here and there, and you got it. I don't have to pay you the whatever you commission. I commission each joint I commission is $45, and a lot of people say, well, that's a lot. Well, I'm basically making a repairable part out of nothing, and I have to go through the trial and error of that, and that's the hard part. That's what takes up a lot of time, and that's why I'm not doing videos. I'm just making joints all day, and it's just a headache. Like when the weekend comes around, like I'm doing like 8-hour days for 5 days a week. I'm driving around, and then I come home on the weekend, and what am I doing? I'm not playing video games. I'm not relaxing. I'm barely going out doing anything with a wife and child. I'm making joints. There you go. That's it. All day, every day, because people keep breaking toys, and I feel like I have to help them. So my wife is also tired of it. She says the Spider-Man joints hurts her fingers. But anyway, that's that. So here's Okaroon, by the way, from Dadan SH Figure Arts. Looks really cool. Love the detail on the face here. Oh yeah, let's look at that real close. Easily one of SH Figure Arts' best figures. Looks really cool. Wow. Really like that. Now, he wouldn't truly be Okaroon without creating the mouthpiece, which we need the manual for this one. It just looks kind of weird. So it looks like you have to assemble it. So we gotta do this before we move on. Yeah, we have to somehow, some way. I'll figure this out. So I've not messed with this figure. This is like completely new to me. Okay, I'm assuming, yeah, so everything's in Japanese. This is really, really difficult to figure out here. So where's the glasses? The glasses part. Okay, here it is. So you need to put that in the mouth. Let's put the mouth. I just want the full mouth. The full mouth. Maybe we take off the face? Or do we put a specific face? Oh, his ear comes off. Or part of his hair. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. Wow. I can imagine someone losing this piece really easily. Whoa. Oh boy. So yeah, that piece comes off. Is there another piece? No, that's it. So that piece comes off so we can put the mouthpiece on. So it looks like we didn't have to remove the face. Yeah, this is a little bit tricky. Wow, this figure is tricky, no doubt. So we put this here. Oh, that looks cool. Oh yeah. And then the glasses go on. And we're going to put the bangs on too. Oh wow. That is one of the coolest figures. Yeah. Oh yeah, hold on, let's focus up. Sorry. Need to focus more. Oh wow. Yeah, that is really interesting. Oh yeah. Okaroon, everyone, SH Figure Arts, looks really cool. Lots of articulation. He's also pretty tall. Yeah, here's Marvel Legends Cyclops. Yeah, pretty cool. Extra faces, extra hands, the whole shebang. And that's it. I really like that. He also comes with the half smile. You know what? Let's just put that on. Sure, why not? Because I want to. Again, this is like one of my favorite animes this year. Such a joy to watch. If you guys haven't watched it yet, highly recommend it. Dan to Dan. Alright, so with my Okaroon, that really was pretty difficult to push in. In fact, it's still a little bit loose. But yes, see, it just falls off. It requires a considerable amount of force to put this one on. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And we'll call that one a day. By the way, again, tiny part. Come on, people. Let's look at that. Tiny, tiny part. You could easily lose that. That's not going to ever leave my box. And also the glasses, which, by the way, a lot of people have been losing their Gojo technical school glasses. So I plan on making a 3D printed version of that. Anyway, that is Okaroon. Let's speed this up again. Neo00727 says, "Do you make parts for Eddie figure? I have a Beast Deities Broly with a broken waist socket." Yes, I can pretty much make any part that you can imagine. I can replicate things now because I have a very, very expensive 3D scanner that I have invested in. As you saw, I made that in the Goku hair. By the way, this is Reno from Kaiju number 8, also a fantastic anime. So this is also one of my favorite characters. He looks really cool. So yeah, pretty much to answer your question, yes, I can make any part. It's just to commission it takes a lot of time from me, and also I charge a minimum of about $40 to make that for you. So I say for something like that, if you don't want to spend the money, just buy a new figure. I mean, they're not that expensive. They're not hard to find. So anyway, here's Reno, looking really cool. Love the hair, love the armor. To my surprise, the gun does not come out of the holster. Huh. I wonder why they decided that. Also, it's on a really tiny ball joint. Right there. I don't know if I like that too much. That looks like it is going to break if you play with it. Oh, also you get a Kaiju number 8 face, which is really dope. I don't have Kaiju number 8 with me. I don't know where he went. He disappeared. But yeah, that looks cool. Oh yeah. So you get that. Where is the pistol? No, you don't get a pistol. You just get his rifle, which is fine. Which is based off, it looks like the Vector 45, or 9mm, which is a real gun. Obviously, you can't do that if you don't have the license to put that in your anime. So anyway, let's outfit this guy. Also, he has an assortment of faces and hair. This one's really cool. This one's the gas mask that they wear, and then he also has extra hair, which I think I'm gonna put this one on because it looks really cool. And there you have it. Ooh, hello. Yes, that is significantly better than this one. So if you haven't watched this anime, highly recommend it. Really good. We're just gonna put the gun holding hands because, come on, it's a gun. It looks cool. Again, this gun is based off the Vector 45 in real life, and that's really cool looking. Woo! Look at that. That looks dope. Let's see if you can aim with it pretty well. And I do like the hands. The hands just mold really well to the gun. And you have proper form. Wow. That's really cool. It's just so unfortunate that you cannot have... He doesn't have a pistol at all, does he? I'm checking... Yeah. Yeah, there is no way to get that pistol out. Oh, man. That is terrible. Anyway, there he is. That's Reno. Looking really cool. Let's move on to the next question. Alright, this is... Okay, I can never say this girl's name because, one, I never read I never watched the anime, so I just read the manga. Shrieky? From Berserk. I can never... that's how I say it in my head. So, someone correct me in the comments. Anyway, this is a pretty cool figure. I did not think they would make her. But here we are. We have her. The one that can control guts. And she's a pretty tiny figure, I have to say, right off the bat. Look at this Marvel Legends Cyclops. She is very tiny. I actually don't have a Berserk figure here with me. But yeah, she's small. One thing I did notice was the skirt bendable. So, when it's bendable, that means we could do a front kick. Oh, let's go to the question. Sorry. The question is from Welcome to Deathlock. Ever reviewed the KO Moonknight that's been out? I think you're talking about the amazing Yamaguchi knockoff Moonknight. I have it on the way, and a lot of people on AliExpress have been messaging me saying, hey, can you review our bootlegs? We'll give it to you for free. So yeah, I've been getting reached out from a lot of those guys, and they've been wanting to give me samples so I can review it, which is pretty awesome. I didn't think I'd ever be getting them free. For the longest time, I've been buying my own bootlegs whenever I do a This Is Not. So, yeah, I'll be reviewing that one soon. Anyway, here's Shrieky. She looks really cool, and she wouldn't be Shrieky without the hat. Can we even put on the hat? No, I thought it had a little notch that was going to be in it, but no, it is actually molded on, to my surprise. And there you have it. That is our girl Shrieky. And here is her spirit form, which goes on Berserk or Guts when he's in his Berserk armor. Like I said, I don't have it with me right now, so I can't outfit it, and that looks really cool. I honestly was going to... Someone online made an STL so you can 3D print your own Ghost Shrieky. And I was like going to do that until I saw that they were actually making her. So I said, and she came with it. So I said, all right, I don't have to 3D print it. I don't have to waste resin. So here's her staff. And of course, she comes with an assortment of faces and stuff like that. And her bag, which is pretty cool. And what is this? Here is the brand of Guts. I don't know what this does. Someone let me know what it's metal. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Always appreciate metal stuff. And I honestly, which by the way, I just got to get this out of the way. They need to finish Berserk. There, I said it. I'm tired of waiting. I know the creator died and all, but whoever took over needs to hurry up, because I just... Oh, crap, and everything just fell as I was trying to get the cape. Yeah, this series is fantastic. Easily one of the best mangas ever created, but it's just taking way too long, guys. This has to end. This has to end someday. I want it to end in this lifetime, for goodness sakes. Anyway, here she is. Ooh, yeah, look at this. So, again, we get wired cape. A lot of the figures lately have been including wired capes, which is really, really nice. And there she is. That is Berserk Shrieky SH Figure Arts. And I know I didn't quite get a chance, but, you know, let's put on the staff real quick before we move on to the last question and the last figure. All right, there she is. Outfitted. Looking really cool. Let's move on. All right, last figure of this Q&A / unboxing is the SH Figure Arts Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which was a movie I thought was just just so-so. And speaking of, we're here to the last question from Vendonic2715. 282 views in 11 hours. Holy bro. And that was from my last video from the Mafex This Is Not Gambit. Yeah, I know. Views are very low because, let's be real, haven't been posting. I get it. It is what it is. When it comes to views, I know everyone's like, oh, you gotta have all the views on YouTube. Oh, that's what it's all about. In reality, guys, I always look back at the times when I made, I think I was on video number 30 or something, and I was like, I'm just not getting views. And that's all I focused on, just getting out content and pushing myself so hard. And then when I finally got there to getting more subs, and I think I hit around the 1,000 sub, and I was like, that was not worth my time. That was so hard to do, and it was tough. It was tough. The beginning of your YouTube, if you're making a YouTube channel, the beginning is always the hardest. The middle is the funnest, and when you start weaning off and start doing less content, that's when it starts becoming not as fun. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. But anyway, bro, speaking of bro, here's the broest of all bros in the DC universe, which ended. This is Aquaman SH Figure Arts, Jason Momoa. Not a lot of people like this movie. A lot of my friends didn't like it. They thought it was terrible. I thought it was okay. It's not awful. But it's also not my favorite superhero movie. But yeah, I'm somewhat glad the Snyderverse is over. But I also believe that Henry Cavill deserved another Superman movie. That's my opinion. Anyway, here's our bro. Looking good. Looking like Jason Momoa. And he comes with a bunch of water effects too, which I thought was pretty cool. Let's just put on a few things. And there you have it. That he has water draped over him. Cool. Anyway, about the views, like I was saying, let me finish up that question. I don't think I finished it. I don't care if my view count is low, because there was a point where I was wanting 10 views, and now that I'm even hitting 100, 200 at this point in my YouTube career, I'm just happy. I'm happy doing that. I'm having more fun doing this when there's not as many views and so many comments that I have to skim through. I like it when it's more condensed and I get to talk to whoever's left in the comment section. That's fun to me. That's fun to me, okay? I'm not trying to get a million views again. If I get views, I get views. I'm grateful. But I'm grateful for 10, 20, 100. It is what it is. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I think that's all for today. I think I've been rambling a little too long. Thank you for joining us once again on the Dstar01 channel. I'm your host, Dexter Arafiles. Thank you for joining us for this questions and answers and unboxings. If you have any more questions that need to be answered, go down in the comments down below and go ahead and comment. But more importantly, don't forget to visit www.dstar01.com for awesome action figures, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.